The Joro spider is a bright yellow and dark blue spider that is pretty huge. It can measure up to 3 inches when fully extended. That's pretty long for a spider. It is known for its ability to spin highly organized, wheel-shaped webs. It can spin them up to 9 feet deep, according to The Guardian, which is huge. It usually lives in Japan, but now it lives in the state of Georgia, and soon may live along the entire U.S. East Coast, according to a recent study from researchers at the University of Georgia. That's because the Joro has a higher heart rate that allows it to survive in freezes. And since Japan has a similar climate and latitude as does the US, and it thrives in Japan, all signs indicate this sucker will probably survive very well all up and down the US East Coast too. So, like it or not, we probably have yet another bug to contend with here. It's unclear exactly how they first traveled from Asia all the way to Georgia. How bugs travel can be very tricky to track, in case you didn't notice. In fact, right as they were publishing this story, the researchers were told about an incident where one of their grad students accidentally transported one of them to Oklahoma. And they say the chance of that happening again is probably pretty high. Probably how they got here in the first place, actually, just a stupid accident. But the researchers insist there's no reason to panic. Now, the Joro do bite, but their fangs are pretty small, so generally they're not big enough to puncture human skin. The researchers also insist there's no reason to be cruel to them, even though they're so big and scary looking. The scientists report, unfortunately, people in Georgia are doing all sorts of crazy things to kill them, shooting them out of trees with saltwater guns and whatnot, all these mean things, which the scientists say is quite unnecessary. I'm sure the bugs say it too. Plus, the Joro might even be good, the researchers further insist. They could be a new food source for other species who live here, like the birds. Of course, that means they could change the balance of nature in Georgia and all up and down the East Coast, and then what happens is anyone's guess. Will the birds get fat because of all the new food, and then not be so great at flying, and then become easy prey for raccoons, who then become fatter and more abundant themselves? Will the Joro cause our birds to poop more, scattering their waste all over our cars? We gotta walk around with umbrellas just to catch the poop. Could happen. Or you know what's probably gonna happen? What would definitely happen? Some 20-something-year-old chick with pink and blue hair decides to make a new delicacy out of them and call them Joro snacks and say they're environmentally friendly or some crap like that, and then get her rich dad to pour millions into it, burning up more money, and there's a whole other ecology that gets screwed up by the Joro. Who knows what could happen? But considering the Joro is already here, primed to populate the entire East Coast, we'll probably get to see what happens. Yep, the balance of nature sure is tricky business.